Okay, here we go. We're going to start over. Banner season offers life-changing products, truly life-changing products. And for a real estate agent, they're business-changing too. But as you'll see in the presentation, I throw in a few life slides, life cards that I use. The first thing I'm going to share with you guys is the build a mailing list option within, this is within banner season. If you're a gold member, you can get a mailing list right from within our website. It's phenomenal. So you click on build a mailing list, and this is a screen, the first screen that pops up. Do you want to pick individuals or businesses? And for real estate purposes today, I picked individuals. Here's the parameters I select. Your selects down there. My zip code 41075, credit rating of 700 plus, income of 40,000 and up, and I selected renters. You could select homeowners, and there's all kind of parameters. Like you can select homeowners with a certain income. You can select how long they've owned a home, but for today's purposes, I'm going after renters. So these are all people who live in 41075 who are renting now, they don't own. They have a credit rating above 700 and they make more than $40,000. In that list, there's 169 of them. That's how many popped up. And the cost to buy that list is $16.82. That's phenomenal. Here's the one that I use to actually do like a mailing with today. I used a different zip code, 41071. It's Newport. It's next to me. And I went down a little bit on the income. I went 30,000 and up income with a credit rating of 650 plus, because you can still buy a home with that credit rating. And there were 305 of those people. It cost $28 to buy that list, to buy the names and addresses of 305 renters with a credit rating of 650 plus in 41071. So you select you want to purchase. It was $28, 28 and some change. And this is the screen that pops up. Thank you for your purchase. Your list will appear in your address book right here on banner season within 24 hours. So imagine as a real estate agent, you know, renters, and we all know interest rates are incredibly low right now. Home prices are dropping. They're going to be dropping for a while. So if you have a good credit score and you have a job, you should be buying a home. So real estate agents can find buyers in any zip code, and they can use those parameters. They can narrow it down even more than that if they would like. And this is just a sample postcard that I used. This could be the front of the postcard. You can most likely afford to buy a home. Home prices are decreasing, and I threw a couple photos on there. And with banner season, you use the brackets and you just put first name. So this will have their first name. Now, if I wanted first name and last name, I could do that. For purposes of this presentation, I just put first name. So once that list comes in, all I need to do is add this postcard to that group and hit send. And all 305 of those people are going to get this postcard. It's unbelievable. So this is what the cost was for that. To buy 305 names and their addresses of renters with credit scores 650 plus in that zip code was $28, 28 and some change. And then the cost through banner season, if you're a gold member, which is what you need to be to be able to go on to search for a mailing list. The cost to print and send 305 postcards is 37 cents each, which is the postage only. As a gold member, we have unlimited postcards. That's $112 postage to send 305 postcards. $28 to buy the list, $112 to send it, so a total mailing cost of $140. Now, if a realtor sends a postcard like that to 305 people who are renting, each of which has a credit score of 650 or better, how many deals do you think they're going to get? I'm going to say at least 3, probably 5 or 6. And over the next year, you're going to get even more than that. But I mean, this is dirt cheap marketing. And no longer do you have to go outside of the company to buy your list and then import the list. That's all done right here within banner season. I think that is just incredible. Now we're going to go on to, I am really big. I've been a real estate agent for 27 years, and I've always believed in prospecting for listings. The examples I just showed you were how you would search for buyers, you know, renters who need to buy, or But this is how you would use banner season to get listings. You know, you don't have to make hundreds of cold phone calls like I did my first 15 years. You don't have to knock on doors. You don't have to pay Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com. And you certainly don't have to bug your friends. That's what the kind of the conventional real estate coaching is, all those things and a few other things. If you're different than all the other realtors, people like that. People don't like our industry for whatever reason. I won't get into that. There's a lot of reasons. Some weeks I show those slides. This week I'm not going to. But I think they don't like us because we do so much cold phone calling and so much door knocking. This is the kind of information most realtors are sending out when they're prospecting to get listings. This is the kind of stuff they're sending out. And you'll notice it's all about the company. You know, it's a bunch of wording, it's a different logo, a different company name, but it's all pretty much the same stuff when they're going after for sale by owners or expireds. This is what I do. This was actually the first card that I had sent out. It was a custom card. What you see on the lower half of the screen are each time that listing had expired. That was listed 7 different times. And if you look in the last column there, you'll see that they switched real estate agents and companies each time it expired. So I knew that was going to expire again, it did expire, and I knew they were going to switch agents. Now, I didn't even go after it the first 6 times it expired because you see the price in the third column. They kept it so high, I knew it wasn't going to sell anywhere near $8.99. So when they reduced it substantially, that last listing at $7.99, I thought, wow, this guy's probably willing to sell. So anyway, I sent him that card, took a photo of his house, put that on the front, and my message on the inside. He called me and listed when he got that card. I couldn't believe it. It's not that easy. You don't get a listing with every card you send, but it is by far and away better than sending company information because the front of the card they receive is about them. It's their house. And here's another one. This was a really good example. This was a farm. It had 46 acres. And it had been listed 3 different times. The top of the screen shows the 3 listing periods, and they switched agents and companies each time. So I knew they were going to switch again. So in that first photo, I coach agents a lot about how important the first photo is, but you can just look at that photo and tell that's not a good photo. The first photo is everything in real estate marketing today. And that's a horrible first photo for a farm, especially. You can't see anything from that photo. So I knew if I got to meet with that seller, I would get this listing. So you'll see what I sent them in a minute, but what I sent them, they called and they asked me to come out and meet with them, which I did. And when I did, they agreed to list with me after my short listing presentation. And while I was doing the listing paperwork, I saw a stack of real estate papers on their dining room table. And I asked them what that was. They said, that's all the stuff we got from all the other realtors. When our listing expired, we got that card and the brownies from you, and that's what. And I asked them, I said, can I keep that? They said, sure, we're listing with you. So these are the exact pieces that Mr. and Mrs. Barth got from everybody else. All about the agent, all about the company. And it's just boring stuff. And then they get a box from me with a photo of they open the box and they get a card with a photo of their house on the front of the card. And because it was a farm, I typed the words awesome farm. And then the inside, it was another photo. That's a lake, small lake on their property. Put that on the inside with a note to them. And I sent that with 2 brownies. Now, here's what we can do with banner season. Not only can you send custom greeting cards, and you're going at prospecting an expired listing, you put the photo or a for sale by owner, put that photo on the front of that card, but you can also send gifts. And if you'll send, you can send the brownies and you can put the photo of their house on the brownies. You can send a coffee mug. When they get a box in the mail, their listing's expired, they're already frustrated. They're getting all this company information, all about how great the company is and how great the realtor is from everybody else. And they get a box from you. They open that box, the first thing they see is a greeting card with a photo of their home on it. And then on the inside is whatever message you would like to put on the inside with your information. And then along with that, you can send brownies, you can send a mug, or you can just send the card. My first 4.5 years that I prospected this way, I didn't send any gifts. I just sent a custom greeting card, and it worked. But what I found when I started sending products along with it, I got a little better response. And now that with banner season, we can send customized products. People love getting these coffee mugs with a photo of their home. Even though they're selling it, they lived in that home for years. That's a keepsake. That's a powerful prospecting tool. Sometimes you'll see, like on this previous one, the front of the card, I'll just put a photo of the house sometimes. And sometimes I'll actually, and normally it depends on the quality of the photo. If I went out and took the photo, I can usually make the photo the whole front of the card and it's going to look good. If I got it from Google Earth or I got it from the MLS or Google uh, or some other site, the quality might not be so good. I'll make the photo a little smaller and then I'll type some words in there. And this one you'll see your listing is expired. Are you satisfied with your previous realtor? So the card is on the right, but notice the envelope has the photo of that house on it too. So it's not just on the card, but it's on the envelope. Now people get between 2 and 10 pieces of mail. If they go out to their mailbox and they're sorting through their mail on the way back and they see an envelope with a photo of their house on it, they're blown away. It just works. You can't tell really by the size of these, but these previous two cards I show you, those are 5 by 7. We also have the option, these cards right here are, this greeting card on the right is 8.5 by 11. And you'll see the envelope is a little bit bigger, and that's probably 9 by 12. But you can customize the envelope on the 5 by 7 card or on the 8.5 by 11 card. And these 8.5 by 11, they're called gigagrams in our system. If you're not a gold member, they're $6.99. If you are a gold member, they're $3.67. And that includes designing not only the card, but the envelope. And the card stock is so phenomenal with these gigagrams. They just really make a statement. This is another large card. And you'll see on most of the cards, I do just, because it just looks so spectacular, I usually do put the entire photo of the home on the front of the card. But occasionally I don't. And this was a good example. This was more of a vertical home than a horizontal home. So, and this was a thank you card. So on the card itself, I just put the picture and I made it about 2/3 of the card. But for the envelope, I actually took a side view, which made it a little wider and I could make it look good on the envelope. And that was a thank you card that Mike and Sarah got for me. This was, and these prospecting tools, this works on whether it's a $200,000 house or $1 million or a $2 million home. This was $1.5 million expired listing in Cincinnati. And it had been listed twice. And I sent them that card with the photo of their house on it. Your listing is expired. Are you still interested in selling? Along with the coffee mug. And on that particular mug, I put 2 photos. You can barely see the second photo. But you can designing the mugs, you don't just drop a photo on there. It's the same as designing the card. You can do whatever you want with that mug. And you'll see that on one of these screens. I dropped a bunch of mugs in here that I've sent. Great for thank you gifts. This client bought this home for me a couple years ago. And it wasn't a great photo, so I made it a little bit smaller. And I just put Home Sweet Home on it. My message on the inside, I took a photo of them on the porch of that house with their dog. And thank you message for buying the home. And that was the back of the card. And I sent them 2 coffee mugs. And on the coffee mugs, one for the husband, one for the wife, I put 2 photos, a photo of the house on one side of the mug, and I put that photo of them on the other side of the mug. And I just can't tell you how great these gifts are as thank you gifts. And we call it a banner bomb within the company. If you send more than just a card and a gift, if you send a card with 2 or more gifts, we call it a banner bomb. And they are so powerful. This couple's bought 8, 9, or 10 homes for me over the last 9 or 10 years, and they're always investment homes, so they don't live in them. The original house they bought, and they do live in with the original house they bought for me, they live in. But when they buy investment homes, I don't send them mugs with photos of that home on it because they're not going to stay there. So I send them photos of their family. And so that's the card they got. I think this was about a year and a half ago. They bought this home from me. I just grabbed a photo from their Facebook page, and I sent Sarah's mug is on the left, Mike's mug is on the right, and the brownies were for the kids. And I even say brownies are not for the parents, but for the Delaney kids. That was a card. That's the inside of the card. It's just incredible what you can do. And keep in mind, these 5x7 cards are $1.99 if you're a basic member. And they're 50 cents plus postage if you're a gold member. Phenomenal. That's Sarah sent me that text there. Because they've got so many thank you gifts from me. And I'd like to throw that in because just kind of show the power of the mugs. Cindy is the #1 real estate agent in our market. #1, outsells not just in Keller Williams, but all companies. She's been #1 for the last 4 years. She uses banner season, and she does not mind me sharing this because she said very few people are going to do it anyway, but it's a brilliant marketing technique. And within banner season, we have campaigns. And everybody that Cindy meets, everyone that she works with is a real estate client. She asks for their birthday, and then she puts them on the birthday campaign. And they, every year on their birthday, they get a birthday card from her, and on the inside they get a $5 Starbucks gift card every year. It's a phenomenal way to stay in touch with your past clients. uh, People really find it hard to believe the power of a custom greeting card, but I think this is the best business example that I have. I had a short sale with Bank of America. This was a few years ago, and 3 deals had already fallen through because Bank of America's short sale department takes so long to process a sale that the buyers just got frustrated and they backed out and bought another house. And I was frustrated because this had gone on for like 9 months, and it was just so annoying. And I thought, I'm going to send a card to the CEO of Bank of America and let him know how horrible this equator system is that they use to process short sales. So I just Googled Bank of America CEO. His name's Brian Moynihan. There were hundreds of photos of Brian on Google. I grabbed that one, put it on the front of that card with his quote. On the inside, I put the message of what's been going on. I sent that with cookies, a box of cookies or brownies, I don't remember. He called me up the day he got that and just raved about the package, raved about the card. He listened to me for 20 minutes in that sale, which had been going on for 9 months, and we had lost the first 3 buyers because of how slow their processing is. That sale happened the Friday that he called me. That was my favorite business card. This is my favorite personal card. Our son Jimmy is a pilot, and I like to throw in a couple cards that are not business related. And I was just on the phone with somebody in banner season. He called me because he was telling me that his daughter is going for an interview. She's interviewing for jobs now that she's out of college. And I told him this story. Jimmy wanted to get a job with Ultimate Jet Charters. He was flying, but he wasn't making much money. He was making like $20,000 a year up in New Jersey. And he had a wife and kids down here in Kentucky, and he really wanted to fly for Ultimate because they fly out of Cincinnati, about 10 miles from our house, and their pilots fly out and back every day. They spend no nights in hotels. They're home back in Cincinnati every night. They start at 65 grand. And Jimmy said, Dad, I'm so frustrated. I can't get an interview with Ultimate. I said, Jimmy, let's send him a card from you. And he said, Dad, your cards are stupid. And I said, well, here's what I'll do. I'll create a card, and I won't send it to him, but I'll send it to myself, and then you can take a look at it. So that's what I did. I created this card, put Ultimate Jet's logo on the top of the card. Jimmy said Dave was the chief pilot, the guy who does the interviews. I put one of their jets on the front of the card, a photo of Jimmy flying in for the company he was flying for. And then that's the inside of the card. I just made the whole back of the card a photo of their jet, dropped in a note, typed a note from Jimmy to Dave on that, sent that with a package of brownies, and Jimmy got the interview. Now, not only did he get the interview, but he got the job. And he didn't get the job because of the card in the package, but he certainly got the interview. And he just raves about, he's gotten 2 other jobs since. And actually, he flew George Bush two or 3 years ago for another job that he got because we'd sent a package just like that one with a custom card to a corporation. Jimmy was a corporate pilot, and he was flying George Bush around. These mugs are phenomenal. This is one that went to our son, Jimmy. I like to throw a few personal things in there because, like I said, it's not only business changing, it's life changing. I use Banner Season for Christmas gifts, for birthday gifts, and my son loves this card. That's him on a sailboat in the China Sea with a buddy when they were sailing. And that's Jimmy when he was a little kid, and me and pickup truck we had. So I was telling you with the mugs, you don't just drop a photo on there. You can just drop a photo, but like you see on that very middle one, you can drop one photo and make it the entire mug, make it span the entire mug. Or you can drop a photo in there and you can put words on it. You can drop multiple photos on a card or on a mug. It's just like designing a card. It's incredible. Water bottles, those are phenomenal. They turn out really cool. They're great, expensive water bottles. People love getting the water bottles. Thank you cards. I shared one other one, but this couple bought this home from me. So I took a photo of the house, put love your new home on it, and they got 2 coffee mugs. I put home sweet home on those. They're never going to throw those away. You know, you give them a $50 gift certificate or a $100 gift certificate. They might keep, they're going to spend that and they're going to appreciate it, but 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, they're not going to remember you. But when you give them a mug and it's a photo of a home they bought, you don't need to put your name on there. Some realtors would do that. And you certainly can on the opposite side of that mug. You can put your name and your number. But trust me, these people are not going to forget who gave them that mug. This is just a Christmas card, you know, that went out to our daughters. That's our daughters when they were little. And that's not the card, that's the envelope. So I wanted to throw it in to remind you guys so you can design the envelopes too. This is a golf outing I play in every year. It's called the Maisie Lynn Open. And they use Banner Season to thank the participants in their golf outing every year. So that's the envelope. This was the foursome I played in, and that's the envelope with the foursome. So each foursome got a card with that foursome's photo on it. Thanks for playing in the Maisie Lynn Open. And that foursome was also on the envelope in the inside of the card. And they use their logo on the back of the card. I have a book. The system was so phenomenal for me. I wrote a book a few years ago. It's called Revolution in Real Estate Sales. The old version is on Amazon. This new version, which is updated for Banner Season, you can only get right now on bannerseason.com. It's $7.99. And I've got a lot of tips in there how to use Banner Season and some other tips. So the company is Banner Season. The site is bannerseason.com. And please contact the person that invited you to this Zoom presentation because you need their invitation code to join. It's a life-changing company. I've been around 27 years. I've tried just about everything in 27 years. Why I'm with Keller Williams now. Why Keller Williams does not have something like this, I honestly have no idea. Why Remax doesn't, why Coldwell Banker, you name it, but they don't. They're all pushing their brand. And this is just phenomenal marketing for a real estate agent. It's free to join. Try it out. And if you're going to join, you're going to use it, I highly suggest you join the Gold package because then you can do the you build your own mailing list, and you're going to get free postcards. Pay for postage only, and the regular cards are down to 50 cents. The gigagrams go from $6.99 down to $3.66.